Have you ever felt like life is slipping through your fingers, as if you're treading water in the vast ocean of distractions, responsibilities, and repetitive habits? Every day, you wake up to repeat the familiar cycle, going to work, fulfilling tasks, facing invisible pressures, and returning home exhausted. You're busy, always something to do, yet deep down, a whisper persists. Is this it? Is this really the life I want to live? You're not alone. Millions around the world wake up each day with a vague sense of missing something important, feeling like their lives don't fully belong to them. Maybe it's the job you chose for stability rather than happiness, or a relationship maintained out of fear of change rather than genuine connection. It could be countless small moments, endless evenings scrolling through your phone without awareness, books you want to read but never open, ideas and projects you've harbored but never pursued, and dreams deferred with the promise of one day. But the harsh truth is, one day never comes on its own. If we don't actively seize life, years will slip by like a gust of wind, and when we realize, it may be too late. Have you ever looked back and wondered, when was the last time I truly felt excited about something? Or, what gets me out of bed in the morning with enthusiasm? If the answers aren't clear, perhaps it's time to pause, to ask yourself, how do I truly want to live? The world out there is larger than the limits you set for yourself. Life isn't just bills to pay, duties to fulfill, or the comfort of familiar habits. It's also vibrant moments, new experiences, challenges that make you grow, and above all, the courage to live authentically. So, will you let life slip through your fingers like sand, or will you rise up and actively write your own story? So let me ask you this. What will it take for you to stop wasting your life? Maybe you've asked yourself this question before, late at night, when restlessness creeps into your mind. Maybe you've tried to ignore it, convincing yourself that everything is fine, that you just need to keep going as you are. But if you were truly honest with yourself, would you say that the life you're living reflects the person you want to become? This isn't an easy question to answer. But what if I told you that one of the greatest minds in psychology, Carl Jung, dedicated his life to helping people like us find the answer? Jung wasn't just a thinker. He was a healer of the human soul. He understood that our deepest suffering doesn't come from poverty, failure, or rejection. It comes from the disconnect between the life we are living and the life we are meant to live. He believed that each of us has an inner calling, a path our soul longs to follow. But because of societal pressures, fear, or even unconscious habits, we lose touch with that calling. And when that happens, we begin to feel restless, frustrated, empty. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay that way. Jung left us a map, a framework to help us explore our true selves, confront our inner darkness, and ultimately live an authentic life. His ideas aren't just abstract theories. They are practical tools for anyone ready to take control of their destiny. So what does it really mean to waste your life? According to Jung, it's not just about laziness, bad luck, or lack of opportunity. Wasting your life isn't about not being smart enough or talented enough. It happens when you ignore the deepest parts of yourself, unacknowledged desires, unexplored talents, fears you refuse to face. It happens when you live according to other people's expectations instead of pursuing what truly matters to you. The first step to changing that is understanding why you feel this way in the first place. What's holding you back? What are you afraid of? And most importantly, what will you do with your life once you realize you have the power to change it? Carl Jung once said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." The journey of self-discovery isn't easy, but it's the only path to stop wasting your life and start truly living. Carl Jung's most powerful teachings, A Guide to Finding Your True Self. Today, we're diving into some of Carl Jung's most powerful insights, ideas that go beyond philosophy and can serve as a form of personal therapy. These principles can help you gain deeper self-awareness, overcome psychological barriers, and discover a path to a truly meaningful life. We'll explore why so many people feel stuck, how Jung's concept of the shadow can help us confront what's holding us back, and how the process of individuation can guide us toward a life with clear purpose. Imagine this. Instead of waking up every day feeling trapped in an endless loop, where everything happens automatically, without meaning or direction, You start your mornings with clarity, energy, and a deep sense of connection to your life. You know exactly where you're headed and why. You no longer fear big decisions because you understand yourself and what truly matters to you. Instead of avoiding your fears and the darker aspects of yourself, you learn to face them with honesty and courage. Instead of being controlled by societal expectations, you gradually build a life that aligns with your deepest values and desires. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start investing in what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Here's the key. This isn't about adding more tasks to your to-do list. And it's not about pretending life is always easy. That simply thinking positively will make everything better. On the contrary, it's about digging deep, confronting the truth of who you are, both your brightest potential and the darker aspects you may have ignored. It's about finally taking control of your own life story, because if you don't, no one else will. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychologist and one of the most influential thinkers in our understanding of the human mind and the journey of life. Born in 1875, he started his career as a close collaborator of Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis. But soon, Jung realized that his perspective on the human psyche was broader and more holistic than Freud's. He wasn't just interested in treating mental illness. He wanted to understand what makes us human and how we can live a truly fulfilling life. Jung's work led to the creation of analytical psychology, a branch of psychology that explores the deeper layers of the mind and how they shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. What made Jung stand out was his ability to bridge science, philosophy, and spirituality. He wasn't afraid to ask big questions about the nature of human existence, such as, what does it mean to be whole? Why do we dream? Why do certain stories and symbols have a profound impact on all of humanity? Jung believed that to truly understand ourselves, we must explore the unconscious parts of the mind, the thoughts, emotions, and memories we are not fully aware of but that still influence our actions and decisions. One of his most important ideas was individuation, a process he described as the journey to becoming the person you were born to be. According to Jung, each of us has a unique potential, an ideal version of ourselves that we can grow into. But to reach that, we must be willing to do the inner work, facing the parts of ourselves we often ignore, uncovering our hidden strengths and weaknesses, and aligning our conscious choices with our deepest unconscious desires. He also introduced the concept of the shadow, the parts of our mind we suppress or deny, such as anger, jealousy, fear, or desires we feel are unacceptable. According to Jung, instead of repressing or ignoring these darker aspects, we need to recognize, accept, and integrate them. Because within our shadow lies not only our hidden fears but also our untapped power and a deeper understanding of who we really are. Jung never promised an easy or quick path to enlightenment. Instead, he taught that the journey of self-discovery is a lifelong process, an inner adventure that each of us must undertake on our own. But the reward is priceless. A life that is truly authentic, whole, and meaningful. In summary, Carl Jung not only helps us understand why we feel lost, but also shows us how to find ourselves again. He teaches that if we want to stop wasting our lives, we must gain deeper self-awareness, including the parts of ourselves we tend to avoid. He reminds us that happiness doesn't come from pleasing others or achieving material success, but from living a life that is true to our nature. So, the real question is, are you ready to take this journey? We don't always realize when we're wasting our lives. The fast-paced nature of modern life easily traps us in cycles of responsibilities, work, and constant distractions. We get stuck in familiar routines, repeating the same patterns day after day, until we no longer have the time or motivation to ask ourselves, am I truly living a meaningful life? Feelings of discomfort, boredom, dissatisfaction, or a sense of being stuck don't arise by accident. They function like warning lights on your car's dashboard. They're not there to annoy you, but to alert you that something isn't right. These signals come from your subconscious, a way for your mind to tell you that it's time to pay attention and make a change. Carl Jung believed these signals play a crucial role in self-awareness. He emphasized that feeling dissatisfied with your life isn't a sign of failure. It's an invitation to explore yourself on a deeper level. We weren't born to live dull, uninspired lives, merely existing without purpose or meaning. One of the clearest signs that you might be wasting your life is persistent boredom or dissatisfaction. This isn't just the fleeting boredom of waiting in line or sitting through a dull lecture. It's a deep, ongoing sense that something essential is missing from your life. If your days feel repetitive, nothing excites you, and you often feel like you're just getting through life instead of truly living, that's a warning sign. You might go to work every day but feel like your job lacks meaning. The repetitive tasks start to feel pointless, and you begin to wonder if you're wasting your best years. Even in your free time, you may feel empty, mindlessly scrolling through social media, binge-watching shows, yet never feeling truly happy or fulfilled. Passive entertainment becomes an escape, but in the end, it only deepens the feeling of emptiness. If you frequently feel like you're just killing time, it's a strong indicator that something needs to change. Another sign of wasting your life is a lack of motivation or feeling stuck. Have you ever woken up in the morning without any real reason to get out of bed? Do you procrastinate on even the most important things? This sense of stagnation can stem from different sources. Maybe you're afraid of failure, so you avoid taking risks. Maybe you feel overwhelmed by too many choices and don't know where to start. Or perhaps you've been living on autopilot for so long that you've lost touch with what truly excites and energizes you. Jung believed that feeling stuck often signals that you are out of alignment with your true self. Your subconscious knows you are capable of more, but your conscious mind resists change. You may have heard an inner voice urging you to pursue something different, but fear or the comfort of routine has held you back. The more you ignore these signals, the louder they become, sometimes manifesting as anxiety, depression, or even physical symptoms like chronic fatigue. Living by others' expectations is one of the most common ways we waste our lives, often without realizing it. From a young age, we're conditioned to seek approval from parents, teachers, friends, and society as a whole. We're taught that there's a set path to success: go to school, get a stable job, get married, buy a house. But rarely are we asked whether that path is actually right for us. You may have chosen a career because it was seen as safe or respectable, but you don't feel passionate about it. You may be staying in a relationship because it seems stable from the outside, even if it doesn't truly make you happy. When you make decisions based on other people's expectations, you're not living your life, you're living theirs. Over time, this can lead to deep dissatisfaction because you're ignoring your own desires and values. Jung believed that feelings of boredom, dissatisfaction, lack of motivation, or pressure to conform were all messages from the subconscious. They aren't random annoyances. They're inner signals urging you to stop and reflect. So how do you break free from this cycle? How do you recognize and act on these signals from your subconscious? The first step is learning to listen to yourself. Take time to ask, am I happy? Do I truly enjoy what I'm doing? If money and societal expectations weren't a factor, how would I choose to live? Journaling, meditation, or simply spending time alone can help you understand your emotions better. The next step is to start making small changes. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight, but you can experiment with new experiences, learn a new skill, revisit an old passion, or spend more time doing things that bring you genuine joy. Small changes help you reconnect with yourself and gradually reveal a better direction. Finally, remember that you don't need to have all the answers right away. The journey to a meaningful life isn't a destination. It's an ongoing process. What matters most is that you don't ignore your inner signals. If you feel like you're wasting your life, it's not the end. It's an invitation to start a new journey, a journey of rediscovering yourself. This version maintains the essence of the original while ensuring it resonates with a Western audience. Let me know if you'd like any refinements. How to know if these warning signs apply to you. Modern life is filled with distractions that make it easy to lose sight of self-reflection. Busy work schedules, social obligations, and family responsibilities can all blur your true emotions. To determine if you are off track, start by asking yourself some essential questions. Are you genuinely happy with the way you're living? Do you feel like you're moving towards something meaningful, or just stuck in a repetitive cycle? When was the last time you felt truly excited about something? Are you living according to your own values, or just trying to meet others' expectations? These questions may feel uncomfortable, but that discomfort is a crucial part of self-awareness. In fact, Feeling uneasy when reflecting on them is often the first sign that something needs to change. Let's talk about boredom. Many people see boredom as a minor inconvenience, something to be avoided or ignored. But Carl Jung considered it a significant warning sign. Persistent boredom could indicate that your life lacks meaning or purpose. You may be stuck in a routine that no longer challenges you, or you might be avoiding the very experiences that could help you grow. Boredom is not just a temporary feeling when you have nothing to do. It's your subconscious signaling that there could be more to life. Ask yourself, what aspects of my life feel empty or unfulfilling? Am I truly investing time in things that bring me a sense of purpose? What could add more excitement or curiosity to my day? If you constantly seek distractions, mindlessly scrolling through social media, binge-watching shows without real enjoyment, or chasing short-term pleasures like shopping or eating, it could be a sign that you're trying to fill an internal void. Feeling stuck is another red flag. When you feel stuck, it's as if your life is on pause. You might know what you want to do but feel unable to take the first step. Or perhaps you have no idea what you want, so you avoid making any decisions at all. This paralysis often stems from fear. Fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice, or fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. Jung believed these fears are tied to our shadow, the parts of ourselves that we suppress or deny. Are you delaying an important decision out of fear of the consequences? Do you feel trapped in a situation but afraid to make a change? Are you living on autopilot, lacking passion or purpose? Confronting your shadow can help you understand what's holding you back and give you the courage to move forward. Living for others, the most subtle way to waste your life. This is perhaps the most dangerous way to waste your life because it often feels like you're doing the right thing. After all, isn't it good to make your parents proud, meet societal expectations, or fit in with your friends? But when you live for others, you sacrifice your own happiness and authenticity. Jung would call this a disconnection from the true self. Over time, this can lead to resentment, burnout, or a lingering sense of emptiness. The solution isn't to ignore others' opinions entirely, but to balance them with your own needs and desires. Ask yourself, am I following a path others expect of me rather than the one I truly want? Do I make decisions based on social pressure rather than my own desires? Am I afraid that pursuing what I love will lead to judgment from others? Recognizing this is the first step toward reclaiming control over your own life. If these warning signs resonate with you, don't panic. Acknowledging them is the first step toward change. Take time to reflect on where you are and where you want to be. You can start by journaling about the areas of your life that feel unfulfilling. Ask yourself, why do I feel bored, stuck, or disconnected? What am I avoiding? What do I truly want out of life? These questions can help you uncover the root cause of your dissatisfaction. Don't hesitate to seek support if you need an outside perspective. Western psychology encourages reaching out to a therapist or mentor who can help you untangle your inner struggles. Jung taught us that these warning signs aren't something to fear or suppress. They're opportunities. They're your mind's way of signaling that it's time to grow, change, and live more authentically. If you dare to confront your own dissatisfaction, you're already on the path to something greater, a life that is more meaningful, fulfilling, and true to who you really are.